Okay, and we are back. So, there is about 3 minutes till our live giveaway. I'm going to keep that up there. That way you guys can see.
When you're ready.
What'd you say?
I have a question when you're ready to take question.
Yeah, hit me with a question.
Yeah. So who does your voiceovers? Because those are great.
Oh, that's a good question. If you need my voiceover guy...
No, I won't steal your voiceover guy. I just really want to know.
Actually... you want a little extra voiceoverness? All right, here I got. All right, when there's 30 seconds left till the giveaway, I have him. He's gonna do another freaking. It was just an idea that I had. There are people out there that will do voiceovers for next to nothing.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's awesome.
It's so valuable. The one tip I would have for people out there is to make sure you get a commercial license. Just if you're doing anything live. And you hire someone to do a voiceover, ask them how much it also costs to get the commercial license. Just so if you ever want to monetize that piece of content later.
Commercial rights to be able to use their voice on content you're monetizing.
Yes, exactly.
I got it.
Because technically, they're not going to make a custom voiceover for you and then have it copywritten, so you're not going to get a copyright strike for using it. But technically, if you don't have that, and if you get something super popular, they could be like, "Oh, well, you don't have the rights," and so you just get it up front before you use it,
makes sense.
And you're good to go. Tess, how is the chat room looking?
The chat is blowing up. You've got so many questions. First off, people are really excited about your scheduling feature. Everybody's talking about that. Here's a question for you from Michael Burgess. Is there a way to remote control Wirecast other than TeamViewer?
Is there a way to control? Yeah, there absolutely is. So Wirecast has what's called a scripting API library that's installed when you download the program. It's basically, if you're on Windows, you can go into your resources folder in the Wirecast folder and check out examples. And it's basically a list of, it's like a menu of things you can tell Wirecast to do if you use a certain scripting language or call. And that's basically, you can tell it to switch shots, you can tell it to start streaming, stop streaming, and things like that. You just need to know some basic programming or to know someone who does know, and they can build a little app for you that will tell Wirecast what to do remotely, and we have people doing that all over the place. On Apple, it's a little different. It's Apple scripts. So again, those are pretty simple and straightforward to use, but the list of commands you can tell Wirecast to do is in the Apple script library. So either one of those is a great way to tell Wirecast exactly what you want to do from a remote destination or from another computer.
Will NDI support be added anytime soon? James Davis.
Yes, very, very soon. And if you want a little workaround right now, you just upgrade your NewBlue. NewBlue comes free. It's a graphics and titling program that we bundle with Wirecast, and you can download it from newblueeffects.com, and you get a free basic version that comes with 60 templates that make your animate your graphics. So I highly recommend you do that, especially if you pair that with the virtual sets that Paul you're giving away. Those are amazing. So then you add virtual graphics and animated graphics. Looks awesome. You basically, you're at a professional level right there. If you upgrade from that free $99, it's $99 if you were to buy it, but it's free if you have Wirecast 7 or above. If you upgrade to the next version, I think it's Titler Live Standard, and that's $200 maybe. That will give you NDI. Actually, I'm wrong on that. You have to go to the middle version, the elite version. Yeah. So,
and now it's time to announce this week's live technology giveaway winner. As noted in the contestant rules, all winners must be present in the chat room to claim the prize, or a new winner will be drawn. Drum roll, please.
Roll, please. We're going to draw 10 winners. Now, keep in mind, the top one gets the Wirecast gear, but you got to be in the chat room. Tess is going to be monitoring the chat room.
I'm here.
Okay. What is this guy's name? John Mazurk? Oh, he's a regular. I've seen him at the show before.
Say it again. I can't see that
John,
one.
I can hardly see it either. John M.A. The best, and then Chad Lafarge is number 2. So it's either John Mazurk or. Now we're gonna give John 3, 4, 5.
I think it's Mazurek. Mazurek.
And sorry for cutting you off there, Andrew.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
They were. I think the intensity was building on the chat room.
It's so intense. I wasn't noticing.
So that we're just waiting for, and there's a little latency with YouTube, so we're going to give John a full 2 minutes or so.
Okay, so John, who's commenting in the chat room, is saying that this is John Mazurek.
Oh, so he's here.
All right.
All right, John. Congratulations, you win.
In the Wirecast gear.
I swear, John won last time. John won something last time,
Yeah.
too. Didn't he?
Super lucky. He's got some sort of hacker trick
Wow.
up his sleeve.
All right,
I'm
well,
kidding.
John, you win. Chad Lafarge, you get free virtual sets. Philip Wozniak, I'm going to butcher these
my
names.
maiden name is Wozniak.
Wojcik.
Matt Moore, you're all going to get an email from me. Jerry Ham, Anthony Villanome, Michael
That's Jenny
Fairman.
Ham. Jenny Ham.
Denny. And Benjamin Lindsay. You guys all win. Congratulations. I'm so happy that we've got 3 big winners here.
People aren't too happy with John for winning.
For winning twice. He won something else before. This guy always wins.
Loyalty is rewarded,
Got good
I
luck.
guess.
Yeah, I guess he probably commented on every single video.
A lot of people won sets, though, and they're pretty fun. That's part of how we do what we do. A lot of people are asking you a lot of questions as well, Paul, about how we do some of the things we do.
You know what I wanted to do, Taz, is I wanted to take the camera and on the set and then zoom out and show how we built our set. So here, this is the set. Tess, you want to just show them kind of what we built here?
Yeah, so this is our physical set. It's a vinyl sticker. It's a blue brick print. We just went on Pinterest and found some ideas we like with some floating shelves and just some accent pieces that we felt matched well with our theme. And then Paul, just right next to me,
ta-da!
is in front of a green screen.
I wasn't even sure if you guys were in the same room. That's so
really?
cool.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't realize that
it's so
we're
convenient.
actually right here, and then Andrew's right there. So can you see Andrew there on the screen there?
Hi.
So we've got, and you can't see it because there's a glare, but so I have the camera shooting at me for my green screen effect so I can be in the virtual set. Then we've got a second camera on Tess over here so that we can pull her in. And this is where we're really making most of our videos is actually right here. Because when you've got a real set, it's just so easy to light. You don't have to worry about a chroma key.
Yeah.
We can put whatever we want. Like we even have books back there on audiovisual
The light
stuff.
that I didn't turn it off. I just moved it up. Someone was asking about it. This is just
that's
a
just a
studio
light on Amazon.
It produces heat. In case you're worrying about wondering if you want to purchase one.
The same angle as the practical, like that practical that you have right there, the little prop light, which looks really makes it.
Yeah, I've
look
got a
like
key light behind me on the floor. Someone's saying the vinyl had me fooled. I know. It does look really.
It looks real. That's good.
Yeah, it looks really dimensional. We're really happy with it. And it was we did this whole physical set in around $500, and you could certainly do it for cheaper. The most expensive part was the desk we chose.
Yeah, this desk is really cool.
It would be more like $300 if we didn't do the desk.
This is technically like a service desk that people buy for the front of an auto mechanic or something. And there's drawers and stuff where we can put our cameras and
all my mess.
Because when you start doing this stuff, it's unlimited amount of things that you need. And so we can stay a little organized. And then here I am right here. I got headphones. So me and Tess actually have a headphone splitter. So we take the audio from Andrew and we both have it in our ears. So we can both hear Andrew. You can, I think, do it wirelessly, but that was a heck of a lot cheaper and easier. And that's it.
That's
we
so
like to
cool,
just
you guys.
zoom out and just show that.
We totally should do a set. Your studio looks so much cleaner than ours here. If you were I did a behind the scenes tour recently on our studio, and it's such a
literally everything is hiding behind this desk. If I could take a camera behind it, you would see the truth.
I was looking at Paul's desk. It looked empty. There were a couple devices. I was like, gosh, if I could show you my desk right now, it's just exploded.
Well, this is actually a conference room of ours as well. So we kind of forces us to keep it organized.
You got to keep it clean.
Yeah,
other people use it. They get kind of mad at us.
They clean it all the time, and not only that, but I think a lot of our customers in the corporate world, and I think, Andrew, you have a lot of customers in the corporate world, a lot of them are taking conferencing spaces and saying, hey, we want to live broadcast every once in a while. Or they're doing webinars, but they want to take it up a whole nother level. And this is a perfect example of where we just took a meeting space and just said, hey, can we have like 8 feet over there and just wallpaper it with blue brick and, put some lights and some shelves, and there you go.
So good. Yeah. So good. And those are the rooms that aren't being used all the time anyway. They're the perfect places to start converting into studios type situations.
A lot of times they already have a conference camera in there. They already have a computer. We're just talking about maybe adding a headset and Wirecast and enabling a room to be, and I mean, maybe a lot of times they're even doing webinars, but they're not, they don't have lower thirds. They don't have the ability to have 3 or 4 people included. And that's what you really want if you're going to be going to thousands of people on Facebook and YouTube and all of these things. In fact, Andrew, I don't know if you read the same article as I did, but the live streaming industry is supposed to be $70 billion by 2020.
Seriously? You have sent me that article.
And it's only at 45 right now, so it's almost going to be double in 3 years. Yeah. And it's like everybody in the live streaming industry's business is growing. Everyone I talk to. So, but not just that, but it's the people that are using it. It's so beneficial for them. It's really fun. It's interesting.
Actually, I'm curious, John. How's John Mazurek going to use the Wirecast gear? So, John, if you're still there, leave us a comment.
John, you hanging out still? I hope.
Yeah, John, we will get in touch with you and send it to you. Actually, John, to be completely honest, I was hoping to have you on the show, in a couple months, maybe after NAB. Once you've had a chance to use it and plug it all in.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, just come on the show. Maybe using a church. What's your deal, John?
We got all those comments.
I know.
Now I want to know what's your use.
What was your comment?
I'm hanging out in the chat
John?
waiting.
We gotta look for John on YouTube. But yeah, no, it's been fun. And Andrew, your show has been an inspiration for me. I don't know how you get all those big names. Is it because you're from California?
That must be it.
Pacific Coast.
1 in 10 Americans want to live in California.
I think because you're in the same time zone. You guys are all on the coast there.
I honestly, I think we're really been lucky because Wirecast is just a really well-known name, and we continue to let it be known. And so we're always pleasantly surprised when we find someone new who's using it that is somebody we've heard about and are inspired by. So we want to bring them on and talk to them and see how they're using it. And then of course there's always, as there's the interviews that you don't expect to be really great, and then they turn out to be best interviews, and it's not because you were like, oh, this is the biggest person that I could possibly get. It's just they seem interesting, or and they come on and they blow you away. So I've had a lot of those interviews too. So I really like doing this. This has been a lot of fun, and I think that we as a group of media and live streamers, we should constantly be watching each other's shows and pulling inspiration.
We totally believe that, yeah.
I think, just being on the show today, I'm like, oh, we could totally do that. We should do that.
Yeah, you get ideas. This whole thing, I'm obsessed with Live Streaming Pros, was my ideas for this was inspired by their set, which I love their stuff.
Yeah, and we really want to do a physical set too. And I'm just watching how simply you guys have done it there and talking about it. I'm like okay.
Time.
We got to make this happen. That's so cool.
Andrew, got a quick question for you. Someone's asking if there any chance that there'll be more scoreboard designs for sports with Wirecast.
Yeah, so what's going to be interesting is when we get NDI directly into Wirecast, because Photoshop, Adobe, all that stuff's already NDI compatible, so you can design your scoreboards in Photoshop almost in real time, and then broadcast them right into Wirecast. So if there's anything you want to change, you just move your Photoshop file around. You don't have to export it. You don't have to do anything. It's just boom, out, I'm broadcasting. So I think that's going to be the best way. I don't think you should ever rely on the software manufacturers to be your designers for you. We'll always include some basics and just get you some nuts and bolts ones that you can use. Those do bit of an overhaul, so hopefully we'll get to that at some point because they've been around there for a couple versions now. But yeah, I think your best option is jump into Photoshop, and become your own designer, because you're going to know what your scoreboard, what you want it to look like. Barring that, another great way is the new blue option. You can completely customize your scoreboards right in there, and they will allow you to plug in variable values. So you can have clocks, you can have those, you can change the fonts, you can make them 3D, you can do almost anything you need to, and then feed that right live into Wirecast as well. So whether you're a Photoshop expert or you want to become a new blue expert, those are two great ways to customize your scoreboards.
So like you could kind of do a pre-show timer type if you wanted to, because somebody asked about that earlier.
That's one of those things that's like on our goal list for our show. We've been so bad about our pre-show timer, and we really, that, you know, definitely keep us honest on that, because we want to be doing that too on our show. And like Paul, you were saying at the beginning of the show, you're like, I always forget the pre-show timer.
Yeah, I sometimes I'll just accidentally turn it off or something, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, people think that we might be live, and really we should be showing the countdown timer.
John has answered us. He says, I want to help my friend out with his high school, or with his school, doing remote productions with their graduations, and also working with his students on training and production. So it looks like this is going to be used in an educational setting, which is good to hear.
Very good to hear.
Thanks for telling us, John. That's awesome. If you have any questions about the gear or whatever, just let us know. I'm happy to help.
That's great. I mean, I'm so happy. So someone from a school, which means there's a really like a really good use case there. A lot of younger people probably getting involved into Wirecast. And I wanted to just go here real quick. So here's our giveaway. It's over. But if you go to PTZOptics.com/landing, that actually is a secret to get to all of our different landing pages. But one of them, and I'm sorry, I just can't see a darn thing, but one of them says Wirecast.
Let's see if I can help you there.
There! Free virtual sets for Wirecast. So you can go there, and everybody watching can download free virtual sets for Wirecast. It's PTZOptics.com/landing/Wirecast. .html. It has to have the .html.
/landing/wirecast.html. Okay.
Yeah.
And I will share
Here's some free stuff for you all.
I will share that out as well. I haven't shared that out on my show yet, but you were saying that we're happy to share that out, right? So
yeah,
want other Wirecast users to send them there.
Yeah, so there's some church ones, there's some educational ones. It's not the complete set that we offer. That's $100, which 4 people or 9 people won today. But it's a pretty nice little package. And you know, Wirecast comes with a bunch. But if you need a couple extra, the way we made those, because you know we're getting these questions about Photoshop, is there's a website called PhotoDune, Video Blocks, Theme Forest, Code Canyon. You can download pre-done templates, Photoshop templates. That's all I do. I never spend hours and hours creating Photoshop stuff. I just go online, look for somebody who's already created a really nice one, buy it for like $10, and then just customize it.
That's great.
So if you're not a Photoshop Pro, I would highly recommend just learn the basics, because if you can just click and just, because Tess has done it. That's what Tess does. She goes in, finds like a template that's like $10 or something that does exactly what we want, and then you just pop your logo in, change the text, change the things, and then you know, once you've gotten that far, sometimes you have to customize it a little further just to make it fit into Wirecast perfectly, whether it's bringing in a PNG file so that it's transparent over your background like we're doing here, or some other different things. But I would highly recommend learning those basics, because you know Wirecast isn't going to do it for you. We're not going to do it for you. There's certain things you just have to do yourself to really get up to like the television level.
I would love to see you do a tutorial on that, or to come on our show and talk about how you do that. That's pretty cool.
Because I've got tons of examples. Like all the virtual sets are examples of that. I'd love to do it. Just let me know. I was on the show once before, and I think I might have did it from my home.
I remember that.
The thing about your stream, Andrew, is that it's like 5:36 Eastern.
So
it's
you know, 5:30.
Yeah, it's 5:30 Eastern. So for me, that's actually good in a lot of ways because I think a lot of people are off work.
Yeah,
and they can tune in.
That's when you're feeding William.
But that's when I'm feeding my little baby, and I got another baby on the way, so I can't necessarily.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Couple months.
And Andrew, you have a couple kids too, don't you?
Yeah, I have 3 kids. I've got a 9-year-old.
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. A 9-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. She just
my gosh, all over the map.
Last week. Yeah. So we're I think we're done here, but they definitely easily outnumber us. And,
they're a handful, huh?
Yeah.
But fun.
Yeah, they are. But you see these dark circles.
I got them too. I have a 2-year-old.
Oh, congrats. So yeah, that's it's, you guys know then. It's fun. Can't live with them, can't live without them.
So here we are talking about our kids. We had a great live show. We made John extremely happy. We had tons and tons of fun. I think that really wraps it up. We had 141 viewers.
This was my favorite show yet, I think, so far.
Which we've never had that many viewers
that was awesome.
ever.
Great time. And I was going to say, John, we're really, you guys were saying we're so happy it went to like a school, you're going to be using it in an educational setting. The last thing you want is like the winner to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to put my Wirecast gear on top of my other 2 Wirecast gears. It's
right.
That would be a placeholder. It's my coaster. I'm going to use it as a coaster. Yeah, glad you're using that, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help you. And the rest of you, if you have questions about virtual sets or whatever, how those get into Wirecast, I think Paul would be a great expert to help you with that. But I would also, we could definitely help you over here as well. And Paul, we should definitely have you on to talk more about virtual sets and stuff. That's a really cool topic.
Yeah, I'd be happy to be on. No problem. I just got to get clearance from my wife because it's 5:30. Unless we can bump the time up an hour. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, if John will just get a written permission from John and we'll be good.
People are asking to announce the winners again. I don't know how we would pull that up again.
Yeah, we can pull it up again.
They wanted to see who the winners of the virtual sets were.
Okay.
And I did include that landing page where anybody could click that link and download those Wirecast virtual sets, which is pretty cool.
Good. Did that work? Okay, good. So here's the winners again. So anybody can get like the basic Wirecast gear virtual sets that we offer to extend the functionality of Wirecast. But we also have here 10 winners of our complete virtual sets. That's 20 virtual sets. And again, the commercial rights to use them, because these are some really cool ones actually. Chad Lafarge, Philip Wiggins. I can't read. Sorry, I'm looking at a projector.
Nobody can be worse than me with names.
But they're all here. You're all going to get an email.
Is there a page they can go to see that? Like a link?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is actually. In fact, I think there's something that says, does that say display all winners there?
Let's see.
Announce all winners in widget.
Oh, cool.
And then what does that say? I can't read it.
It says announce with... Hold on. Announce with avatars. Announce without avatars is the lower one.
So let's do with avatars. Okay. So now the widget. This is a really cool little widget. I would never be able to do this without this widget. So now, right on PTZOptics.com/giveaway, it shows all the winners.
Okay, there you go. PTZOptics.com/giveaway. You can see if you are one of the winners.
That's rad.
So they're probably bugging you in the chat room and not realizing that it's going to take about a minute and a half for that information to come.
Yeah, and we're going to post the whole recorded show, so you could anything you missed, you could catch up with there on YouTube.
All right, so once again, Andrew, it was a pleasure. I'd love to come on the show sometime. Anything new, exciting? Maybe we have you on from Telestream instead of Wirecast one of these days, because we do have some corporate customers that I think might be more interested in that.
Yeah, a lot of people were asking about the hospital, the surgical aspect too. We didn't get too much.
Oh, the USDA stuff.
No, they were asking when you mentioned people streaming surgeries. People were asking to hear more about that.
Yeah, it's
there
really
so
interesting.
Many questions, it was hard.
I know, it's hard to keep up with it all, but I'd love to, I had a great time. Thanks for having me on today. I really was happy to be a part of this. This was really exciting that you guys are giving away the gear, and you guys it's amazing to see how much the show's changed since the last time I was on. So keep improving. It's looking so good. And Tess, it was nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, well, thanks, Andrew. Thanks,
Andrew.
everybody.
Right.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Thanks, everyone.
And that's all, folks. We appreciate your participation in the chat room and can't wait to host our next informative Q&A session. Your questions drive the conversation forward for live streaming professionals around the world. Until next time, happy streaming.